If you think money can buy class, wait until you hear this. A man worth millions walked into his own bar one morning, pretending to be poor, just to test his employees. But when a black waitress said 3 words to him, he froze. And what happened next? It changed both their lives forever. Backhand index pointing right before we dive in. Hit subscribe, turn on notifications, and stay till the end, because the twist in this story will leave you questioning what true wealth really means. Generation 1. The smell of roasted coffee beans filled the air at the Amber Lounge, a trendy cafe bar in downtown Chicago. It was early morning, and only a few customers trickled in. Office workers grabbing lattes before work, a college student hunched over a laptop, and a tall man in worn jeans and a faded hoodie quietly stepping inside. No one recognized him. That was exactly the point. His name was Ethan Wallace, owner of the Amber Lounge chain, 7 bars across the Midwest, all wildly successful. But lately, Ethan had been hearing whispers from his district manager. The staff's losing their edge, sir. They treat rich customers better than the regulars. That didn't sit right with him. Ethan started this business to build community, not hierarchy. So today, he decided to go undercover, to see how his own employees treated people they thought had nothing. He walked up to the counter, where a young black waitress was wiping the counter with tired eyes. Her name tag read Tiana. "Morning," Ethan said softly. "Can I just get a black coffee, please?" Tiana looked up, smiled warmly, and said, "Of course, love. Coming right up." Her tone caught him off guard. It was genuine. She didn't size him up, didn't dismiss him for his old shoes or unshaven face. She poured his coffee, set it down, and said the 3 words that stopped him cold. "You look tired." It wasn't judgment. It was compassion. Simple, human compassion. Ethan blinked. Yeah, rough night." She gave a sympathetic nod. "I get it. Long shifts here, too. You sit, okay? Don't rush. You deserve a break." That hit harder than he expected. You deserve a break. He sat near the window, sipping his coffee, watching her move. She was everywhere at once, taking orders, refilling cups, even helping a homeless man who wandered in and asked for water. She didn't just serve, she cared. When a coworker scoffed, "Why waste time on him? He's not paying." Tiana turned, eyes firm but kind. "We serve people, not price tags." Ethan's heart twisted. That sentence, "we serve people, not price tags," was something he used to say when he first opened his bar. But none of his current staff ever repeated it. Except her. He decided to push further. "Hey," he said as she passed. "Mind if I ask something? You always this nice to strangers." Tiana chuckled softly. "Life's too short to treat people like they don't matter. My mama used to say, kindness is free, so why not give it away?" Ethan smiled faintly. "Your mama sounds wise." "She was," Tiana said quietly. "Past last year. I'm just trying to live the way she taught me." That sincerity pierced through him. He couldn't remember the last time someone spoke with that kind of heart. Later, when a morning rush ended, the manager came out, a man in his 40s named Rick. He was clearly irritated. "Tiana, stop chatting and wipe those tables. You spend too much time talking to people who ain't gonna tip." Ethan clenched his jaw but stayed silent. Tiana just nodded. "Yes, sir." Then she grabbed the rag, but not before sneaking Ethan a small, encouraging smile. By noon, Ethan finished his coffee and stood. He walked to the counter, pulled out his wallet, and said, "How much for the coffee?" $3, she said. He placed a crisp $500 bill on the counter. Tiana's eyes widened. "Sir, that's too much." "Keep it," Ethan said, voice suddenly steady. "And tell your boss that the man he just scolded you for helping owns this bar." Rick froze mid-step. "Wait, what?" Ethan turned toward him, his expression cold but calm. "You might want to rethink how you talk to your best employee." Tiana looked completely stunned. You own this place?" Ethan smiled softly. "Yeah, and you just reminded me why I opened it in the first place." He turned to Rick. "You're dismissed. Effective immediately." Then he faced Tiana again. "Come by my office tomorrow. We need people like you leading this company." Tiana covered her mouth, tears brimming. I don't know what to say." Ethan's voice softened. "You already did. We serve people, not price tags." He left the cafe to stunned silence. his heart lighter than it had been in years. But that was only the beginning, because what Ethan didn't know was that Tiana had a secret of her own. The next morning, Tiana walked into the main Amber Lounge office in downtown Chicago. Her hands trembled as she clutched the invitation Ethan had written on a napkin. "See me tomorrow, 10 a.m. The receptionist smiled and directed her to the top floor. As the elevator doors opened, she found Ethan waiting, this time dressed sharply in a tailored navy suit. He smiled warmly. "Tiana, right on time." "Morning, Mr. Wallace," she said nervously. "I still can't believe all that happened yesterday." He motioned for her to sit. "Neither can I. You taught me more about people in one morning than I've learned in years running this business." She smiled shyly. "I was just doing my job." Ethan leaned forward. "That's the thing. You weren't just doing your job. You cared. That's rare. I want you to help me train new staff, build the kind of culture you live by." Tiana froze, overwhelmed. "Are you offering me a promotion?" He nodded. "Assistant manager, for now. Full benefits." "But," he paused, studying her eyes. "I sense there's something holding you back." She sighed deeply. "There is. My little brother, Marcus, he's 10. I've been raising him since Mama died. I can't take on more hours unless I can make sure he's taken care of." Ethan's expression softened. "You're raising your brother alone?" Tiana nodded. "Yeah, been hard. But he's a good kid, smart kind. Just needs stability." Ethan leaned back, thoughtful. "Tell you what, bring Marcus by sometime. Maybe I can help in ways that don't just involve business." Over the next few weeks, Ethan kept his word. He set up a scholarship fund for local kids like Marcus, hired Tiana full-time, and launched a Kindness First program across all his bars, training staff to treat everyone with dignity. Tiana's story spread through the company like wildfire. Customers noticed, too. Sales grew, but more importantly, hearts changed. One rainy afternoon, Ethan was locking up when he saw a familiar figure waiting outside, a woman in a gray coat, clutching a photo album. "Tiana?" he asked. She smiled softly. "No, I'm her aunt. I just wanted to thank you. What you did for Tiana and Marcus, you gave them back their hope. She told me how you changed everything." Ethan blinked, his throat tight. "No," he said quietly. "She changed me." He looked around the empty bar, the same one he'd once entered in disguise, and realized something profound. All the money in the world couldn't buy the warmth he'd felt that day when a tired waitress said 3 simple words. "You look tired." He whispered, almost to himself, "That was the day I woke up." O outro immoral. Sometimes the smallest act of kindness reveals the biggest truth about who we are. Ethan went in pretending to test others, but ended up discovering his own humanity. So tell me, when was the last time you showed kindness when no one was watching? Sparkle subscribe for more true life stories that remind us what really matters.